Well, we are ready for our second guest. I'm going to tell you, when I started this whole journey of radio and television, I had the opportunity to just meet and talk with so many amazing people who are just stepping out on their dreams and stepping out on their vision and what it is that they desire to do. And my guests this evening are two wonderful ladies. One is a native of Philadelphia, my homegirl. She majored in computer science, but her first love has been writing, and she's been writing ever since. My second guest, also along with her, she's an author, she's a motivational speaker, she's an advocate. She has written 8 powerful novels as well. She's a certified coach. These two ladies, I will be joining them next month at a book festival. So please welcome to the Paula G. Show, Teresa M. Browning and J.B. Vample. Let's give them some love, y'all. Hey, ladies.
Hello. How are you?
I am fabulous. I woke up this morning.
I hear that. Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
I woke up this morning. Thank you all so much for joining me, and thank you all so much for being so patient. So tell us. We'll start with JB. Tell us a bit about how this journey started with you, as far as writing is concerned.
I actually started writing. I've been writing basically since I was a child, and I was writing like
Mhm.
little poems and little short stories and things like that. When I was in high school, I started this book that got lost a long time ago.
Mm.
So it kind of hurts to think about because I lost the whole book on a
You're right.
floppy disk. But
Right. Oh my gosh.
so yes,
But you
yes,
know
the
what?
whole
I know
floppy
your
disk was messed up.
pain. I know your pain because I got some stuff on floppy that I will never see again. I'm with you.
Yes, yes, yes. So when I was about 17 years old, I was getting ready to graduate high school that year and go to college. So, I was always, pretty an avid daydreamer, I like to call myself, or chronic
Mhm.
daydreamer, I would say. And I have a really, I would say big imagination. So I was sitting there thinking about, what my college experience could possibly be like. So I came
Yes.
up with this idea to write this book series based on 5 young black women in college, going through college. So I actually started that series when before I even graduated high school, and I was writing this series for over 20 years, and I actually published the first book of the series in December of 2015. So I am the author of a book series called the College Life series, and the series, like I stated previously, follows the lives of 5 young black women as they go through their college years. So even though my journey started, fairly young as a writer, this journey as a published author with this series started when I was about 17. So a little bit.
Wow. Awesome. Excellent. And Teresa, what about you? How did this journey start for you?
Um, First, thank you for having me on the show. I do appreciate it. My journey
Absolutely.
started when I was like 12. I had to have or find a way to escape uh, living in a dysfunctional family. So I would
Mhm.
hide under a bed or sit behind a door just to escape. And the way that I found relief was to write about the things around me and the things that were happening. So I've been doing it since I was 12, and I am a gracious 58 now. So it's
Come
been
on
quite
now.
some time, and it's been a journey. And I'm happy to
Yes.
say that, I've learned a lot over the years, and I've progressed, and I've, done what I'm supposed to do as a author, writer, motivational speaker, and advocate for others.
Yes. And now, how did you two ladies connect?
You know what? Actually, what happened was I am the host, and I have a co-host, Crystal Myers. She's my silent
Mhm.
partner because she doesn't like to be in the forefront. But I get, uh, but we call them bumps. We get
Mhm.
bumps every day because I'm a reviewer. I'm a professional reviewer, and I review a lot of books. And
Yes.
a few people reached out to me and say, "Have you read the college series? Is she coming to South Carolina?" And I was like, "Who is she?" So I went
Yes.
and I did my research and I went, did my investigation on her. And I simply asked. I said, hey, a couple of people have asked, are you
Mhm.
busy? Would you like to come? I try to give a platform to indie writers. Most of my writers are indie writers, but I do have writers that are under publishers. I want them to come and have this platform so that if she is in Pennsylvania, if she is in Philadelphia, and she's on that side of the world, can she come down to the South and receive new readers? And I figured she had one of the best series that I've
Mhm.
seen that I feel
Mhm.
like as African Americans we can connect to. So I asked her would she come, and she did not refuse me.
and, I think that's so important. I'm glad you share that because I think it's important. I always encourage my audience to embrace whatever the journey is that they are on. I love quotes, and George Eliot says it's never too late to be what you might have been. So I always encourage my audience, even though you've been working that 9 to 5 for years, or you couldn't fulfill your dream, let's say, of being an author. It's never too late to be what you might have been as long as you're blinking and breathing. And a lot of times, the feedback that I get from audience members is they're saying, well, for example, yes, I always wanted to be an author, but I don't know how to get started, or I don't know how to connect with people, that sort of thing. So I think it has been very helpful and encouraging to audience members to hear just how these things happen, because then it gives them the courage and the inspiration to say that, or confidence, to say, hey, I can do this too. I can reach out and make connections and so forth. And I think
Exactly.
that's important.
Absolutely. Well, first I want to say thank you. I'm flattered. I didn't know anybody was asking about me. But I appreciate that, and thank you for asking me to even be a part of this your event
You're
next month, and
welcome.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. I've actually been pretty much touring constantly since probably
Mm-hmm.
about 2016. I believe I've done over, I want to say about maybe 35, 40 events over the past few years. Just basically trying to get my name out there because nobody, when I first published in 2015, December, nobody knew who I was. I mean, nobody knew I was. People close to me knew I was always. I was a writer, but for me to actually publish and try to put myself out there, nobody knew who I was. So, I decided that I was going to go ahead and invest in myself and my books and my series and myself as an author and go on this tour. So I've been doing different events. I've been in different cities and, Los Angeles and Seattle and, Maryland and Jersey, so in Atlanta, done several events. So, and I'm continuing this year as well. So, and the funny thing is, as I go along touring, of course, thank God my audience grows, but you never
Yes.
know who's, kind of watching you, I want to say.
Yes.
So
I was
I'm
just
always
going to say that.
flattered. Yeah, I'm always
Mhm.
flattered because I go about doing this for, myself and try to build my brand and my audience and try to get, reach every goal I see for this series and myself, So, but sometimes I don't stop to think that there are people who actually, are
Yes.
looking at me and could be inspired
Yes.
by me. And I'm very grateful and flattered and humbled by that. Really, I
Yes,
really am. So,
exactly. Yeah, you just never, and that's something that I've learned as well, and even to the listeners that may have be starting this journey, you never know who is listening, you never know who's watching. So each day that you get up and you start on this journey, you do it to the best of your ability because again, you never know, who's out there and who's watching. So, Teresa, tell us a bit about this upcoming book festival, how it all came together, why you decided to create it.
Thank you for asking. A couple years ago, I went to an event, and me as a writer, when I go to these different events, I look for different things,
Mhm.
and I saw that there was a need for the authors to be loved, not just
Okay.
by, okay, like, say for instance, I pay $200 and I'm going to an event, but I felt like when I went to the event that you did not appreciate me, or
Mm.
that there was not enough to go around. So I got with my little silent partner, Crystal Myers, and I said,
Mhm.
I want to bring a literary affair to the South because we didn't have it in South Carolina. We have it in small increments, but we didn't have it
Mhm.
on a scale that I wanted to build it on. And my first thought was, how can I show other writers that they're appreciated? So what I decided
Mm.
to do was have a dinner because when they're traveling to all these different places, they want to have some fun. They want to
Yes.
feel like I'm not just taking their money. No, you want to make sure that they're getting what they came for, and hopefully that they will sell out all of their books because that's our common goal. I've got 25 talented writers coming from all over the world. They'll be there, and I tell them, you have to sell yourself. I can only do but so much because it's two
Mhm.
people. And then as
Yes.
we're doing this, you've got to sell yourself. You can't wait for your readers to come to you. You must read your readers. So I built a platform so where unknown writers and writers that are well known have come to
Mhm.
the literary affair. And on the first night, what I do is I have a dinner, and then we have some adult content. It's called Sip and Chat with Miss Arthur T. And I just keep it real. We sip and we chat and we talk about your book, whether good, bad, or
Mhm.
indifferent. And sometimes if you take a sip, if it's no more than orange juice, because if that's your flavor, that's fine. But if you
Mhm.
take that sip, you're going to do what? You're going to relax.
Yeah.
So if you relax, that means you're going to give me more information about what it is that I'm looking for in the book. So
Yeah.
I created Sip and Chat because I wanted them to relax and be able to give me the juice. Give
Yeah.
me the juice about what's in the book, where did the book arrive from. And I've had
Mhm.
people from all over say, do you take erotica writers? Do you take thug writers? I'll take anybody that wants to come, but I can only take 25. When I say I can only
Mhm.
take 25, I wanted to keep it as at an intimate setting. I don't want a
Yes.
big crowd. I don't need 300 people or 300 writers to be in one place. I wanted it to be very intimate, and I wanted to give each writer a chance to be able to sell their work. And I figured the smaller the group and
The more
the more we
intimate.
put it
Mhm.
out there, you know,
And,
they can all receive some residuals. And each year it's gotten bigger and it's gotten better. And I do my best to try to promote them. But as I said,
mhm.
you have to be able to promote yourself. And I came up with this thing, uh, a literary affair. It's a dinner, fun, games, prizes on
Mhm.
Friday night, and then on Saturday we come out. We ask the public, we ask the community, come out and support 25 writers. Some of them you may know, and some of them you may not know. But please come out and support us because these are some. And I don't. I mean, I pick and choose who I want, but these
Yes.
are some talented writers, like writers that people are sleeping on, like JV. People are sleeping on her. I've been to the
Mhm.
colleges. I've been going everywhere telling people, look, you might want to come and learn about this series. Look, I got a sister coming out of Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri. She's one of the best erotica writers out there, but you wouldn't know that. And then I have a young lady coming out of Atlanta. She's going to be my breakout author. Savannah. I've got young men. I tried to get as many men as I can because men
Men.
are talented writers as well as women, but they shy away from it. But I did get
Right.
5 talented men to come, and I got a brother coming out of Florida. So I tried to pick and choose people from not just in our area
Mhm.
in the South. I wanted people from
Mhm.
Pennsylvania. I wanted Maryland. I have them coming from the only place I have not been able to get a writer, and I'm sad about it, is Virginia. But I said that's okay. I'm gonna hook them.
And it's something that you have said a couple times. I want to emphasize. Teresa is an example of someone who is creating an environment for you to promote your book. And she said it well, is that she can't sell it for you. You have a platform, and anytime that you're on whatever venture it is, and we're talking about authors this evening, you are going to a book festival. If you're attending this particular book festival or any book festival, The platform is there. It is up to you to promote yourself, to market yourself prior to attending.